This recording was delayed by a huge amount of time because I found Dakshani and Indu who came to give me coffee was looking weak, not thin. Weak and thin are two different things. Very, very weak. When I questioned the seniors were telling they eat only one round of food. So I was telling my driver, I asked him, start the vehicle, and he said, no, there is no diesel. I have to fill up the diesel, other the vehicle won't move. So we made buy the diesel, fill it up, then the grease, the oil, the distilled water, air in the vehicle, everything needs non-stop feeding, every part, yes. And then the servicing, the cleaning. This vehicle will not be smooth. It can break any moment. Likewise is the body also. And I was quoting when we were in the martial arts, we were asked to eat 7 times in front of the master. That also just rice, that sticky rice. There won't be any sambar or side dish sometimes. After finishing one bowl, we must run and take second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7 times. In case you want to vomit, but eat 7 times. And then you become a little plump. The body needs fat to burn. If you have to push harder and roll like 1,000-man warrior, you need that fat. And in India, you have been taught, I eat only this much. And all the Swamiji said, I eat only this much and I am fasting. And all the people are eating this much, means they work only this much. And then your real talent is deep down. And to explore, you have to work very hard, sweat it up. The real truth, the real philosophy, the real spirit. If you have the spirit, spiritualism follows. They say that eating is very, very important. If you can become physically strong and you have the petrol to burn, and strike when the rod is hot, applies, the brain, the cells in the brain starts melting, and you can see varieties of answers, interpretations of answers from one question. You are the master. Then nobody can challenge you. Nobody can make you a slave. Sir Alfred Jules Freddy, born on 29th October 1910 in London, in the United Kingdom. Died on 27th June 1989 in London, in the United Kingdom. Usually cited A.J.Ayer was an English philosopher known for his promotion of logical positivism, particularly in his books Language, Truth and Logic 1936 and The Problem of Knowledge 1956. Sir Alfred Jules Freddy said, but if science may be said to be blind without philosophy, it is true also that philosophy is virtually empty without science. If science may be said to be the husband, science is said to be the blind. Without the wife, without philosophy. If the male may be said to be blind without the female. It is true also that the female, the philosophy is virtually empty without male also, without the husband also. Yin and the yang, positive and negative, only can create electricity. If you take a chair, put it back into the same place. That is very, very important. If you can understand that one thing. One Japanese team came from Japan to my ashram in Bangalore, Devanahalli. For not 1 or 2, 50 Japanese people came. They wanted to stay here and do some small project. They saw my Japanese ofuro, Japanese small garden, and they were impressed. And they said, tell That time they were calling me sensei. Sensei means sen before. Si means born. Person who's born before you in art, in your maturity, in your practice. Sensei means born before. They call me sensei. To everybody in Japan, little experience, not on age, experience. Sometimes you might be young, but the person calling you sensei is very older, but he still calls you sensei because you are a perfectionist in that particular art. You are an expert. And said, tell sensei to one of my Japanese, head of the Japanese, we have a Japanese department where one person is put as the head of the Japanese department. So they went and told him, please tell sensei that we can sponsor 50 lakh Indian rupees for the Japanese Ofuro project culture. I said, no, I don't want your money. They were shocked. India, 50 lakhs. That time it was, I'm talking about 20 years back story. 50 lakhs. And I said, money, 50 lakhs can go in 50 minutes or 50 days or 50 years. But can you give me your technology? I heard Japanese has got one of the best technologies. It stood for years together. And it's heaven on earth. Your style, your culture, everything. You have created a value. Even on your roads, even on your talks, and even a dress, in you, everything as you create, you made people and the children understand what is value. The Japanese team told, I think Naoki-san was in charge. He told Naoki-san, tell sensei, in Japan, we don't have any technique. Give me your technology. And they said, we don't have technology. Only technology we have is what we have taken from India, what we have studied from India. Only thing is we have purified the religion which is given, the philosophy which is given. We are purified. I was shocked. Huh? What is that? Simple. I'll put it in simple terms. They said, when you go to the toilet or when you go to the restroom, we make sure when we come out of the restroom, we make sure that another person should be able to use it. That means you clean up the toilet, dry it up, put the things back into position. Yes, in and the out. But if science may be said to be blind with thought philosophy, you cannot be blind on what you are doing. You have to be conscious. The whole Indian philosophy was making people conscious. The whole materialistic world is to make people unconscious so that they can ill-treat them and make them a nobody. I do not know whether our spirituality, our religion has got trampled or tricked by the materialistic world, and they also started making people, the Swamijis and the great Maharishis who are running ashrams, did they become a materialistic master to make people a nobody? They made people followers. They should make people seekers. We are living without seekers, a lot of followers, hence the poverty. Yes. Materialistic world, they made them unconscious. Now the spiritual world also made them unconscious. Huge amount of people are crowding inside the ashrams, just singing and dancing. Lot of creativity has to be done. Hence, Sir Alfred Jules Freddy said, but if science may be said to be blind with thought philosophy, if family can may be said to be blind without love, without the bear hug, it is true that also the love is virtually empty without family. Yes. Love is very important. The yin and yang, the love relation between the teacher and the student, the practical theory of the Nellikali. For everything is a song and a dance and a drama, the beating nataka. Yes, it opens up. I'm telling my principal, James Joseph, please don't rush up now to complete the syllabus. That create fear. Don't rush up to give homework to the children. Create fear. That fear will stop them to get resistance power in this corona time. Allow them the dance and the song. Let them build up resistance power. that becomes in and the young. Sir Alfred Jules Friedrich, but if science may be said to be blind without philosophy, without your wife, without your husband, without your children, without your family, without the joint family, without the family, it is true also that philosophy is virtually empty without science. You are empty without these things.